call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Carlos Leal takes on Chidi Njokuani this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Houston, Texas. And this is a close fight between these guys. You know, Chidi Njokuani getting up there in age at 37 years old, but still has a lot of potential, a lot of finishing potential on the feet, jiu-jitsu black belt as well. So wherever the fight goes, he's always dangerous. He's fought a lot of really high-level guys coming in off of a loss to Jake Matthews. Very quick submission loss by rear naked choke, but before that was on a 3-fight winning streak. Had some decisions, you know, split decision against Reese McKee, not a great look. Decision over Jared Gooden. I feel like you should be finishing these guys, especially somebody like Chidi with his skill set. But did get a finish over Eliezer Zaleski dos Santos, but again, he's pushing 40 years old. Has a lot of wear and tear on the tires. So Chidi Njokuani coming off of a loss. You know, he has some losses prior to that, some KO losses, ground and pound to Ola Chaychek, Gregor Rodriguez, lost a split decision to Duraev. Doesn't have really any signature wins, in my opinion, in the UFC. Has some solid performances, but outside of that, when he's taking on very good, I wouldn't say elite. Maybe Gregor Rodriguez is elite, but when he's taking on good competition, Mikhail Chaychek, Jake Matthews, Duraev, Gregor Rodriguez, he seems to kind of struggle and to lose. And when he's fighting, you know, okay guys, Reese McKee, Jared Gordon, kind of squeaking by with decisions. But taking on Carlos Leal, who I've always been very high on. I think he was the first fight that I broke down for this channel, actually, when he took on Renat Fakhratinov and was robbed in broad daylight. I think we can all agree that he won that fight, lost it by unanimous decision, just absolute corruption, but then gets the knockout over Alex Morono in the first round, and then got a little over his skis, a little overzealous with the forward pressure, taking on Muslim Salikov back in July, and got knocked out in 42 seconds. So taking some time off. I like to see him take off as much time as he has, about 7 months, getting back in there, taking on a dangerous guy in Chidi Njokuani, though, who does have a lot of skills on the feet, like I said. Muay Thai fighter, really nasty with his knees and his elbows in close. Really devastating strikes in the clinch. KO'd Dusko Todorovic and Eliezer dos Santos with that skill set. Has really good front kicks, teep kicks to kind of keep guys at range. Hard leg kicks, good timing with those. He was taking Mikhail Chaychek off his feet with those. And good high kicks as well. Wobbled Mikhail Chaychek, almost got him out of there before he got caught, put on the ground, and TKO'd. So, like I said, jiu-jitsu black belt, doesn't really look to use it very often. 73% takedown defense. One of those guys who likes to sprawl and brawl, keep it on the feet. And taking on somebody like Carlos Leal, who's 31, going to be at a sizable reach disadvantage in this one, 5'11", to Chidi 6'3", so going to be 4 inches shorter, and going to be at a 74-inch reach to an 80-inch reach for Chidi Njokuani. So going to be at a 4-inch height disadvantage and a 6-inch reach disadvantage heading into this one, also coming in off of a pretty brutal KO loss. So very evens fight in my opinion, but I am going to go with Carlos Leal. I know that he got knocked out in his last fight against Muslim Salikov, but Muslim's one of those guys, you know, he's got tons of kickboxing experience, a lot of MMA experience. He can crack, he fights really well off the back foot, countering guys, and that's what happened to Carlos Leal. So I think that he'll be a little bit more controlled with his pressure in this one. We saw, you know, his style in the Morono fight, the Muslim Salikov fight, the Renat fight is really to crowd guys, get in their face, not let them have a lot of space to breathe. And I feel like that type of approach to this fight is really going to help him against Chidi Njokuani, who again likes to use his range, likes to use his kicks to kind of keep guys off of him. And I think that Carlos Leal is going to do a really good job staying in his face, making him uncomfortable, keeping him on the back foot, not letting him utilize his kicks to maintain range. And I like Carlos Leal's leg kicks as well. You know, he was crushing Renat's calves in that fight. Likes to be the one fighting forward. You know, tons of pressure, tons of volume. Keeps his hands kind of low. Throws from awkward angles as well. The guys don't really see them coming, but also that's to his detriment, obviously, that he can get caught. And in the past, he's been able to kind of eat punches and get away with it. But obviously not the case with the Salikov fight. So I hope he's going to come into this one with being a little bit more defensively responsible, but I think that his ability to work in the clinch with his knees, his elbows, his ability to get in guys' grills, I think that's going to kind of negate the style that Chidi brings to the fight. He likes to eat up the body as well, puts on a really high pace, pushing guys back, so I don't worry about him getting tired in this one either. And I think that he could be the one to shoot takedowns as well. He is a jiu-jitsu brown belt. He's got a couple submissions on his record. He doesn't really offensively wrestle, but I think in this one, you know, just with getting chinned in his last fight, and I think he'd be the bigger, stronger guy. I think that he might look to at least mix in the grappling a little bit to open up his striking against Chidi Njokuani. But I'm going to go with Carlos Leal. He's got to keep his chin tucked, got to be a little bit more safe when he's pushing forward with his pressure, not leave the openings that he did in his last fight. but I also don't want him to get away from the style that's gotten him to this point in his career with his aggression, his power, his nonstop, forward pressure and pace. But I'm going to go with Carlos Leal on this one. I think that he'll start to kind of wear down on Chidi Njokuani and get a TKO as the fight progresses. We've seen Chidi kind of struggle against the forward pressure fighters, the Mikhail Olachecheks, the Gregory Rodriguez's, the guys that are walking forward, looking to put hands on him, not giving him tons of respect, and really just kind of playing the tit-for-tat game at range. I don't think Leal is going to win that game just because he is at such a length and reach disadvantage. I do expect him to be the one pushing in, looking to get in close, and not playing this technical stand-up, you go, I go type of style that Chidi Njokuani can find himself fighting at. So I'm going to go with Carlos Leal. I think he'll be the one to kind of push forward at first, be somewhat aggressive, maybe not as aggressive as he has in the past, just because he can get hit from pretty far out by Chidi Njokuani. But I do expect him, as the fight progresses, for him to kind of turn up the intensity as he gets his timing down, as he gets down the movement of Chidi Njokuani and start to put on the pressure. And eventually I think Chidi will wilt to the pressure. He is 37 years old as well. Been knocked out several times as well. So I think that Carlos Leal, as the fight progresses, start to take over. The damage will start to mount up. I think he'll get a TKO in this one, probably late second round, third round. Thanks.